part 1 of Suite for 20G. We're capoed at fret 2, and we're going to play chord shapes in the key of D for this part. Let's start with the intro, where James is playing just a 2-chord figure. Now, that's what he does on the intro. Around him, a bass plays a certain bass line. What I'm going to do is show you both ways. So this is what he's actually playing. He starts with the D chord, plays 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lets it ring for most of the bar, but on the and of 4, he comes to this E minor voice. You make a D minor shape, bring it up 2 frets. Now if you play 6, 3, 2, and 1, you've got an E minor chord. And then he just repeats that. D, E minor, both as block chords. But the count is important. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just make sure that that E minor chord is pushed. Now, as I mentioned, on the record there's a bass part running around this. That would sound like this. So if you don't mind playing a bit more than James Taylor is playing, you can do that. There we've got the D chord, block chord as before. And then the middle finger comes to the 5th string 3rd fret, play that. 5th string 2nd fret. Then the E minor chord. And then you're going to have to, I think, get your thumb to take the 6th string 3rd fret. Open 5th string, 2nd fret 5th string. That's the point at which you'll have to leave the E minor chord. And the rhythm is very syncopated. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and it begins to repeat. So notice that everything except the block D chord is on ands, it's on offbeats. So it's a little trickier, but you might prefer to play that as your introduction. Now we get into the main vocal part on your tab from bar 5, and we'll take it 2 bars at a time because bars 5 and 6 are the main sort of accompaniment figure. This is part 2 of Suite for 20G. The key now changes to the key of E, although to get us into the key of E from D, where we were in part 1, he uses this A chord in the introduction as a transition. You can see it in bars 1 and 2. It sounds like this. This is the introduction to part 2, transitioning out of part 1. So hold a normal A chord and pinch 5 and 2 with 2 open and hammering to the 2nd fret. Then 3, 5, 3, 2, 4, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now he plays a chord that he's very fond of, which is half of an A chord, but with the bass note of B, the chord that wants to send the music into the key of E. So you simply take whatever finger you've got on the 4th string and put it on the 5th string. Now play 5 and 2 with the same hammer. 3, 5, 2, 1, 5, 3. That's to pick the exact notes that he's picking. If you want to pick your own notes, just be careful not to play the 4th string out of that chord. Again, the rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'll only tell you the rhythm now where it changes from that. Most bars are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's your intro into part 2. Now he goes into the home chord of E, but he plays a typical variant on E, a James Taylor variant on E. You want the 3rd string at the 1st fret and the 4th string at the 4th fret. Now to make that a full chord, you'd also need the 5th string at the 2nd fret. That makes it the chord of E add 9. But because of James Taylor's finger-picking style, he's looking for economy with the fingers. He almost certainly won't hold that 5th string down because he's not going to play it. So 3rd string first, and 4th string 4th, E add 9. It's bar 3 of your tab, pinch 6 and 1, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, 6, 3, standard rhythm, and we'll run it into bar 4 before we put the vocal with it, out of the same chord shape, pinch 6 and 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3. I've been trying hard to find her. We're at the final part of Suite for 20G, the bluesy, funky part that ends the track. I think I said in the last lesson that there's no acoustic guitar on this part of the track. That's not strictly true. You can just hear it in the background from time to time, but not enough to figure out anything close to what he's actually playing. So what we're going to look at here is a generic way of playing this blues funk section of the song. I think it works well. It's sort of in JT style in most places. This is what I'm suggesting for the main accompaniment. That would be 2 bars of it. So I'm holding down an E7 chord. What I've got is the 3rd string 1st fret, 5th string 2nd fret, and 2nd string 3rd fret. I'm playing the 6th string twice, and then 3, 2, and 1 as a block chord. And I kind of stop that chord to try and get the thing more rhythmic, more funky. The fingers just dropping back onto the strings there. Then the 5th string, open to 2nd fret, hammer, followed by the 4th string, which should be open. And then repeat that, hammer, 4th string. So it sounds like this, slowly. And it's in the rhythm 1 and 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2, 3 E and 4 E and. Now 3 bars of that is the first 3 bars of this section, and then on the 4th line, on the 4th bar of the line, I like to put in some kind of a little lick. See bar 4 of your tab where this lick is written out. Just a typical pentatonic lick. So that is 4th string open to 2nd fret, hammer, 3rd string open, 4th string at the 2nd fret, 3rd string 2nd fret, I let the ring finger drop in, and I kind of wobble it a bit, and then open 3rd string, 4th string 2nd fret. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4. Nothing on 3. Now that's the only time I've written that lick out, but as you play through this song, as I play through it, I sometimes like to transfer that exact lick but to the 5th and 4th strings. I haven't written it out again because it's really exactly the same, but just transfer everything down 1 string. So the hammer will be on the 5th string, then play the open 4th, 5th string 2nd fret, 4th string 2nd fret and wobble, open 4th string, 5th string 2nd fret. Exactly the same lick but 1 string set lower. Gives you 2 licks for the price of 1, they both work. So here are those 4 bars, bars 1, 2, 3 and 4, with the first lick, the one as written. And that would return back to the main riff again. And here's the second one, the one that's not written but on the 5th and 4th strings. To the main riff. So feel free to consider those 2 licks interchangeable. Here's line 1 with the vocal. When I catch a common cold, wanna hear a saxophone.